Kia ora. So my name is Carol Smith, ko Carol Smith taku ingoa, ko whangatawatia taku maunga, ko kāreri kura te moana, ko tinana te waka, ko Roma te marae, ko te auhaki te whare tupuna, ko te rarawa te iwi, ko arano te ingoa o taku tupuna. Nō reira, ko au, Carol Smith, taku ingoa. So I was born in 1948. Growing up in Aotearoa, I wasn't involved in things Māori. And I was just a little Pākehā girl. Nobody really talked about being Māori. In actual fact, some of the comments that I heard from within the whānau were things that were quite derogatory about Māori. I remember hearing my aunt say about my dad, he's Māori, but he does wash and he's clean. And it was, I didn't realise what that meant at the time, but little things come back to me that I recall hearing within my mother's whānau anyway. My father gave me an identity of being Māori. However, he was one of the generation who were punished when they went to school. He had to be somebody else. He couldn't be the Māori man he wanted to be. He had to be a brown-skinned Pākehā to survive in his world. He lost his name. So my dad, when he was born, was Tana Kingi Arano. But when he went to school, he was told, we have no Māori names here, and your name is now Tony Allen. So he grew up Tony Allen, and all his siblings grew up as Allens. But to add salt to the wound for my dad, his name was spelled A-L-L-A-N, and all the others were A-L-L-E-N. And that was very painful for him all his life. And he never bothered to change it. He never bothered to challenge the Pākehā way. So he decided that he didn't want his children being exposed to any behaviour like that at school or any discrimination. And so he didn't teach us te reo. He was told it wasn't of any value. We learnt tikanga, which we learnt how to behave on a marae and things that happened, but we didn't learn the reo because of his experience. So growing up, I was not involved in the Māori world at all, really. It was more later on in life that I came to recognise that I'm Māori and that I should be proud of that. Every Māori woman is born with her moko kauae inside. It's her birthright. There were so many stories about, and they were colonised stories, about you can't get a moko kauae until you are what we say matatau te reo, which is fluent, whatever fluent is in te reo. Or you don't live on the marae, or you don't engage with your iwi and your hapu as much as you do. And you're too young. You've got to wait till you're old to get a moko kauae. And those were all colonised stories. It's just bringing those things out and feeling safe about doing that. And just saying, I ain't going anywhere. This is my whenua. I am tangata whenua. I belong here. So I'm entitled to do this. I'm entitled to have a moko kauae. I'm entitled to have tāmoko. And I'm only inhibited by my own colonisation. So my moko kauae's name is Hine Whenua. Hine Whenua means the woman who has reclaimed. I have 3 words in my thinking, my whakaro, around this issue of reclamation, and it is reclaim, restore, and rejuvenate. So before I could reclaim for my whānau, I had to reclaim for myself first. And that reclamation came about through the women's movement. I realised, oh, I am a woman, I have certain rights. Oh, I'm a Māori woman, I've got rights as well. And it was through that movement that I grew and started realising that I need to stand up. If my children are going to stand proud as Māori, then I need to stand up proud first. My son is on a different journey, but he still acknowledges fully that he's Māori. My daughter, who is currently on a Fulbright scholarship in America, she is the one who reclaimed the most. And I consider her to be the restoration, the reclamation, the restoration. It's like she's put a hoe in the ground and said, right, there's no going back now. Her children, her two girls, are the rejuvenation. So reclamation, the mother, restoration, the children, the grandchildren, the rejuvenation. So it's taken 3 generations, and they've both been schooled in immersion Māori at school. It was a long journey, a hard journey, and because I had to deal with all the colonization that I had believed was the truth about who I was and what Māori was about. Well, I can't deny it now. I can't deny that I'm Māori. There were times as I was growing up that I could play both worlds because I didn't have hair. My skin is white. The doors that she has opened for me as a Māori woman is amazing. It's just, I don't have to say anymore. I don't have to say when people say to me, you know, how much Maori do you have in you? And I used to want to explain that. I don't have to explain anything. I don't have to measure my blood quantum anymore. I'm here. And I am this wahine. It's really just a way of showing on the outside what we are on the inside. But in saying so, since Hine Whaka'u Whenua has been on my kauai, I've been spat at, I've been abused in the street, I've been called an ugly old woman, and there's been many occasions when I've had to defend my right to have it because of people who don't understand and are threatened. The things are changing, things are progressing. It's like we're in this Waka Māori and Aotearoa is changing. However, they're not changing fast enough. I want, more than anything, I want people who are not Māori to learn more about being Māori and the beauty of it so that they can come for a ride in the Waka and then we can journey together. I would want every Māori person to first of all know where they're from and be proud of that. They have a right to be proud.